Yeah.
Hello everyone, John Donnelly is my name from Your Listed Academy, and today I have a very special guest with me on the show, Mike Armstrong. How are you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good, Mike. We had a few little technical difficulties there, but we're up and running. Mike, I wanted to talk to you today about especially about your success formula and your smart happiness formula. So can you just tell us a little bit about that, Mike?
Yeah, well, I actually created both formulas at the start of the lockdown last year. And the happiness formula came to me after listening to Jared Robbins, who had some steps of happiness. And I was listening to what he was saying and also sort of assessing myself at the time and what I was going through in order to be feeling so happy, because I was really, really productive and really happy at the time. And so I sort of started writing down what I was doing consistently in my life that was making me feel like the happiest I think I've ever been. And I wrote it down, and I wrote down all the different things, and I put it into a formula, and I named it the Smart Happiness Formula. And then I just kept thinking as well. A big part of my happiness is success. And so I started thinking about as well success and what the pillars of success were. And by opening up the creative thinking to come up with the smart happiness formula, I ended up with a 2-for-1 formula system where I had a success formula as well.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty successful through my life. So it was all the pillars of success I looked back at in my most successful periods and worked out, okay, what were the reasons for my success? What are the pillars that you need to build success upon? So yeah, I'm more than happy to go into more detail on both of those as well. And obviously, is anything else you want me to discuss, like networking or collaborating? Because we know each other from a networking situation, and that's what I'm big into as well. And that's a big part of my success and a big part of my happiness too.
Sure, Mike. Yeah, what really impressed me so much when I met you on the on Pat Slattery's Outstanding Network first, but what really impressed me was your energy levels. Your energy levels were just, my God, fantastic. I thought, how do you have so much energy? So obviously, whatever you're doing, what your daily habits are, obviously, and that's, I guess that's part of what your energy levels are incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's because I'm living my best life, and I've always followed my passion in life. You know, I've always done the things I excel in, or I do well in, or I enjoy, because I think that's the secret to a successful life is doing what you enjoy doing, and not what maybe society or parents or school or whatever has sort of like guided you towards. You know, I'm lucky. I've always been a bit of an alpha male, a bit of a leader. You know, I'm always willing to back myself, and so I've done that in a career sense while I've been in employment, and I've done it in self-employment since leaving employment to go and really chase what I wanted, because I've always made the right choices to do what I love and what I'm passionate about and what I'm good at. And they're the three things that are key, I think, to success in whatever you choose in life. You've got to enjoy it, you've got to be passionate and enthusiastic about it,
Yeah.
and you've got to be good at it as well. Because if you're not good at something, you're going to get fed up with it after a while and give up on it. Like, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah, and sales and marketing was sort of your major background, Mike, for a lot of years. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Well, I love helping people, and I love building relationships and connections, and that's what sales and marketing is. So, you know, I was always in an area and a field and a career which was utilizing my best strengths, which is helping people and connecting with people, etc. So, um, I weren't a salesperson. I started off being a salesperson because I was taught how to be a salesperson, but I quickly learned to become a solutions provider. So
Yeah.
somebody who actually solves problems, and that's the best way of actually selling anyway. So it was a good career move,
Yeah.
but it was also what appealed to my natural nature of helping people.
Yeah. Yeah. And your goal now, Mike, is to be a sort of global speaker. Yeah, that's your major passion now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to be, like, you know, considered in the same breath as people like Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy and Les Brown and these sort of people. Like, these are the people I look up to and think, you know, these are the guys who are living the life I'm going to be living soon. So they're my focal point on sort of making sure I look at how they've done it, and emulate that, but also do it on your own way as well. Like, like I say, I'm an alpha male. I'm a leader. I like to do things my way. So I tend to try and take some gold and some example of other people, but incorporate it and integrate it into myself and my life and how I want to do things, because it's my life. I don't want to emulate someone else. I want to learn from other people, but be my own way of doing those things.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you let me ask you a question about your creativity, Mike. How do you come up with these formulas? How do you tap into that creative side? Uh, what's your strategy
Well,
for
I think yeah, I think creativity is like a muscle, and the more you exercise it, the bigger it gets, if you like. And I've been exercising my creative muscle all my life, because I'm a problem solver, and I'm constantly thinking about solutions and how I can solve problems and how I can improve things. So I would say I've spent a lifetime of coming up with creative ideas. And because I'm also have been employed in sales and marketing jobs, and management jobs and leadership roles, etc., part of those jobs and roles are fixing problems, and also coming up with new ways of doing things to keep, if you want to keep growing in sales and marketing and growing sales teams and leadership and in management roles in companies and stuff, you have to keep coming up with new ideas. You have to keep overcoming obstacles and hurdles and barriers. And so basically, I've always been employed and done for myself work, which allows you to be creative and to overcome obstacles and hurdles and problems. And also, I do things like digital marketing and social media and all that, and coming up with things like being creative with things like company names and hashtags and Twitter tags. And so just my brain is constantly creating and
yeah,
being creative. So I would say I'm a very good problem solver, because I've had the ability and experience to keep working on that creativity. So I don't see problems and crises and issues. I just see opportunities to overcome.
yeah? And I mean, your day must be so full, Mike. What do you do to take time to wind down or to relax, or what's your secret there
Yeah,
for
well, luckily, I'm a Libran and I'm very well balanced. Again, being part of sales and marketing all my life, I've often thought about other people. Because you're always focused on, if you're good at sales and marketing, you're focused on the customer rather than yourself. And
yeah,
most people focus on themselves. And so when you're thinking about other people, it gives you a balanced view of the world. So you're always thinking about, okay, what's my perspective and what's theirs? And so I'm a very equal person. I believe in equality and diversity and all of that.
yeah,
So again, managing people as well. I've been managing people since I was 18, so all my adult life. And with them, you're always trying to balance great performance and longevity,
yeah,
and not burnout and that sort of thing.
yeah,
So because I'm constantly managing other people on that type of process, I'm always managing myself as well. As a self-starter, you've got
yeah,
to make sure that, if you don't look after yourself, you're not going to get longevity in your performance. So I've always made sure that, like, for example, I'm a sun worshipper. So when it's winter, I hibernate a lot more and I do a lot more work.
yeah,
But as soon as the weather gets nice, I make sure I'm out and about walking and cycling and doing a bit of mindfulness. And I found meditation, which is actually part of my smart happiness formula,
yeah,
last year, and get plenty of water. And I've always eaten well balanced nutritional diets. I've always loved my fruit and my veg, and chicken, and so proteins, and also the carbs as well, which we all eat, especially in the UK. And,
yeah,
and that's something we all like, our carbs as well. But I've always eaten well balanced meals. I've always slept well as well, which is a key skill to longevity as well. You need to keep your battery charged well. So if you want to, I can go through the smart happiness formula and
yeah.
give.
It sounds fascinating, Mike, and I've heard you talk about it before, and I was absolutely say I'm just fascinated by your energy levels. So obviously you're doing a lot of holistic practices every day that I would consider holistic practices. I mean,
Yeah.
proper diet, proper sleep, meditation, mindfulness, gratitude. I think gratitude is probably one of the big ones for you as well, I'd say.
Yeah, well, yeah. So then it's not part of my formula, gratitude, but it's part of my being, if you like. Mindset, having the right mindset, positivity, optimism, having gratitude, doing affirmations. I do all of these things as part of my day-to-day routine, so I don't have to do them at the beginning of the day or that sort of thing. They're just part of me. They're part of who I am. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for everything in life. I'm grateful for all my friends and my knowledge and my experience, and I'm grateful for the country I live in, beautiful Wales, and I stop and take pictures. And I just think if you're grateful for everything in general, it becomes part of your psyche and that. With affirmations, for example, I don't do daily affirmation stuff, but when I'm speaking to people, I put stuff out there into the universe and into other people as well. So you get the peer pressure of which is better than just your subconscious being aware of what you're trying to do. It's actually your subconscious and other people being aware of what you're trying to do. So you get
Yeah.
that extra push really of commitment. Yeah. So all of those sort of things are all big part of, I think, success and being able to, personal growth and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But my happiness formula, I've always been sort of somewhere between maybe 50, 60, 70% of the formula at different parts of my life.
Yeah.
I actually started living a routine because of lockdown last year when I was doing pretty much 100% of my daily formula every day. And I
Yeah.
was really like just having an amazing life and smashing things like, and coming up with these formulas and writing books and creating a podcast and doing record breaking attempts and just amazing things.
Yeah.
And that's all because I was at 100% of the formula rather than 50, 60, 70%, like,
Yeah. Yeah. So the feeling, I mean, obviously the feeling, you're feeling sort of energized, you're feeling excited about life, you're feeling passionate about life pretty much all day, every day.
Yeah.
That's the 100%. So then when you slip down at to 50 or 60%, how do you get yourself back up again? What do you do? Just,
Well, this is what the formula's for, really. So for me, I just make sure that, for example, the formula is 5 things, and if you score it out of 20, you get a percentage of 100, yeah. And if any of them drop, you just got to think, okay, which one has dropped the most, and which one can I pick back up again, really.
yeah.
So I think if I go through the formula with you, it'll all make a bit more sense, like.
Yeah, brilliant, Mike. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so it's called SMART, the SMART happiness formula, and the S stands for sleep. And my advice is to have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So that really lets your body do all of the things it needs to do to recover. And it's going to help you be happy because lack of sleep makes you miserable. So just having good sleep is part of you being happy.
Yeah.
And then the M is for mindfulness or meditation. So I used to do a lot of mindfulness before I found meditation, like go out for a walk in nature or ride a bike and just not think of anything and let your brain settle. Some people do a bit of mindfulness in the shower or, whatever. They just, or sit down with a cup of tea and just sit in empty space and think for a bit. Whatever. There's loads of mindfulness you can incorporate in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I also discovered meditation actually through a friend of ours, Ashley Tier, who had a great
Yeah.
post on her Facebook page, which I listened to, and it was great. It was a bit like turning your computer off when all your files are open. You sort of start afresh again with
Yeah.
extra speed, and that's what I think a bit of meditation can do when you're a creative thinker and a problem solver. Sometimes you need your brain to rest for a bit and reboot and recharge, which is why I use meditation. I also use it sometimes in overwhelm. If you've got so many things to do and you're not quite sure which way to go through, you can sort of like do a bit of meditation, come back to resetting your brain and working what the best priorities are and concentrating on that. So I use meditation quite a lot for practical issues as a tool to solve those problems. But
Yeah.
if you can do 30 minutes of either mindfulness per day or meditation, then I think that allows your brain to declutter regularly to allow it to function better.
Yeah.
So that's the M in the SMART. And then you've got A, which is for ability to perform, which covers exercise, hydration, and nutrition. So basically, I've always tried to exercise as often as I could, but in lockdown, you were given an hour a day. It was like use it or lose it. So I
Yeah.
used it every day. So every day I was going up for an hour on my bike, which
Yeah.
was combining mindfulness and exercise together. And
Yeah.
obviously, because I was exercising pretty regularly, I was drinking lots of water, making sure I'm well hydrated. So I was getting plenty of fluid in me, which water is like our oil. You have to
Yeah.
keep the engine full, otherwise it'll seize up.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So, so that's that. And then I've always eaten well balanced nutritional meals. Sometimes, we go into those phases of maybe eating some bad stuff, but generally I try and eat 3 good, well balanced nutritional meals per day, keep my engine fueled up and try not to eat any rubbish, processed foods and,
Yeah.
white flour and salt and sugar and all that. I've never been one to add salt to stuff or sugar to stuff or any of that. I try and keep my food just the raw materials, the good stuff. I might put a sauce on or something on top, which often got sugar in or whatever. But I try not to,
Yeah.
use too much of that sort of stuff. Like, and I like lots of vegetables and fruit and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff as well. But I don't know, I don't excess with anything. I try and be balanced in everything. And
Sure.
I think that's sort of the key really, is to just don't excess in anything.
Yeah.
Don't under have anything. So go without stuff, and then don't excess in anything as well. And if you can have that well balanced life, then you're going to be on a much better pathway than if you're excessing on certain things. So,
Yeah.
I've never been one for nicotine and caffeine as well and all that sort of stuff. I've always binged a little bit on alcohol now and then, but I'm able to deal with that because I'm well the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And I don't do it I'm not a drinker like every night of the week or anything like that, like some people are. So I'll just binge now and then on a weekend, on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, which is part of as well unwinding if you're in pressurized and stressful jobs. So I don't mind that. That's something I can live with, like.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
so I think if you look after your ability to perform by at least exercising once a day for 30 minutes, but trying to do more than that, but just being consistent with your exercise, you eat a well-balanced nutritional diet, and you have plenty of water on board, and then you're going to have what the body needs to be able to do what you want it to do, like.
Yeah.
So that's going to keep you happy as well as stop you dropping and all of that. So then, and then the R in the SMART formula is random acts of kindness. And I think you should do at least one a day, but why not do 10? Why not do 100? Why not do 1,000? Why not do 10,000? Why
Yeah.
not do as many as you can do? Because
Yeah.
it gives you oxytocin. It gives you a natural high in your body, which gives you extra energy and extra adrenaline, and actually makes you feeling great. It's a body's natural high. So,
Yeah.
so I do lots of random acts of kindness. I've probably gone from doing a few here and there before the pandemic to maybe doing 100 a week, 100 a day during the pandemic.
Wow.
um, and then I probably upped that to like 1,000 a day or more since Clubhouse existed, because I'm basically on stages for like 18 hours a day helping people, giving them tips and advice. And because I'm a massive networker, and I give people connections, and so basically I'm doing something to help everyone I meet. And I'm meeting hundreds of people a day on Clubhouse, so I'm helping them in many different ways. And then I'm also on social media, liking people's posts and commenting it and resharing it and helping them to be more known, because I know, like, most people underestimate how much sales and marketing they need to do. So if I can give them a bit of free additional sales and marketing on top of what they're doing,
Yeah.
and it's helping them to grow, and that's
Yeah.
a random act of kindness. It makes me feel good. It makes them feel good. So everyone's winning.
Yeah.
And then the end of it is targets, so goal setting. So sort of making sure that you're on life's big goals, the big targets, which is what keeps you the energy and the enthusiasm to get up every day and keep doing what you want to be doing. And then in order to hit the big targets, you need to break it down into sort of smaller, manageable, medium-sized targets. And then you need to break those targets down into daily routines, the things you need to do every day to
Yeah.
get those medium targets done and the big targets done. And so, if you can get into a routine of ticking off these goals, these little daily goals, daily targets, then basically you get looking forward to the anticipation of achieving your medium-sized stuff and your big stuff, because you're on the right path and you're getting stuff done daily towards those things.
Yeah.
So that gives you excitement and anticipation, which is again something which will improve your happiness. Yeah, but also the actual achievement, the accomplishment. Human beings like to grow and they like to achieve and accomplish. So if you're actually getting these things ticked off, these daily routines or daily targets or goals that you've got to get done, that gives you a sense of accomplishment, which also enhances your happiness as well. So all of the parts of my process, the SMART happiness formula,
Yeah.
they're all proven to, if you do them all, to make you happy, or at least stop you from getting less happy.
Yeah.
But if you do them all together at 100% as effective as you can, then
Yeah.
you're going to be 100% happy. And
Yeah.
any of the levels that drop down a little bit, just pick up the pace a bit, pick up the
Yeah.
percentage, and you'll become happier.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And it's my second time probably to hear you talk about this, but I love it. I think it's incredible. And the random acts of kindness, for sure. I know that I've been the beneficiary many times, because I know that you've shared stuff and sent people my way and shared stuff from me in social media many times. And I'm thinking to myself, Mike's just doing that for no reason. He's just doing that for whatever reason, but it doesn't seem to be. He's not asking me for anything. So I thought, wow, this is brilliant. So, but I love your whole formula. I think it's fantastic, Mike. So then that leads into the success formula. Then that's a sort of an add-on. You're gonna sell that. You're not gonna give that for free, no?
Yeah, no. So so I'm still working on the actual formula, but it's the 7 pillars of success, and a big part of my happiness is success, because I'm an achiever. I've always been an achiever. So for me, the happiness formula, I don't think you should charge people to be happy. I think for me, I like helping people, and everyone deserves a level of happiness in their life. And so I'm just going to give my formula for free and let people have it. And if it makes them happier, then great. I've done a good deed to the world, if you like. And
Yeah,
so I want as many people as possible sharing that formula for free to people. But what I want to do then is the people who want to achieve success in their life, then they should follow the success formula. And the success formula, to me, there's 7 pillars of success, 7 key areas to work on, other than what we've already talked before, which is mindset and gratitude and affirmations, which I think are all part of psychology and getting your brain right first
yeah,
before you do the activities you need to do. But once you get your brain right, then if you follow these 7 core pillars and you look at growing each of them consistently and persistently and constantly through your life, then they're basically what will guarantee you to hit a level of success, because they're what I consider to be the key pillars of success. Yeah.
yeah,
So I call my success formula streams. So it stands for systems, technology, relationships, efficiency, action, marketing, and sales. So if you learn to implement more and more systems in your business, then your business will become more successful, actually more valuable as well, because
yeah,
other people can take it over because it's got good systems in there.
yeah,
And systems are often there to design to actually allow efficiency. So systems and efficiency are often connected. So is technology as well. So you can have non-technical systems, but you can also have technical systems. And technology is being created to allow people to do things that humans can't do, and to do things more efficiently and more effectively.
yeah,
So systems, technology, and efficiency all help you to do stuff quicker and to do more things than you're capable of doing on your own,
yeah,
using the technology and the systems, which
yeah,
allow you then to actually create massive action and massive activity, which you need to do in order to become really successful at what you do. You need to do what you do on a bigger level.
yeah,
Yeah. So the systems, the technology, and the efficiency allow you to create massive action, which is the A in streams. And then a big way of becoming successful is growing your marketing and your sales. So it's actually taking massive action in the area of becoming more known and more trusted in what you do.
yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah,
obviously you've got the relationships. So you've got the systems, the technology, the relationships, the efficiency, the action, the marketing, and the sales.
yeah,
With the relationships, it's about surrounding yourself with the right people in your sales, in your marketing, in your actions, in your systems, in your technology, in order to help you implement these things better and to grow. And
yeah,
obviously, the more people you surround yourself with, the more successful you'll be in life. And the more people you can help get what they want in life, the more that will help you get what you want in life. So the relationships is key to the whole process, if you like.
yeah,
And then the marketing and the sales, you need to be able to constantly upskill your sales and the skills, your marketing skills and whatever.
yeah,
Because if you can't sell yourself, then you can't get the people involved in the relationships, and you can't get things to happen. You
yeah,
also won't be able to monetize what you're doing. And
yeah,
most people's version of success is their wealth and their financial success, as well as other things. For me, what's more important than money is like impact and legacy and that sort of thing. But it all depends what people deem you to be successful in. But often sales is a big part of that. Even if you're selling people, just like I'm helping people, but I've got to be able to sell them on the knowledge that I'm helping them. So
yeah,
even if I don't want to take their money, I've still got to be able to persuade them that I'm
yeah,
the person to listen to help them. Otherwise, I can't help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sales is a big part of what you do. A lot of people's success is money, and therefore they need to be able to sell money as well. They need to be able
Yeah.
to display value, what the value they're giving versus the value they're getting.
Yeah.
But, like I say, I don't necessarily always take money in the value for value exchange, but I'll give my value and get back off them value in the fact that I know I'm helping them and they're going to grow and they're committed to growing. So that gives me value, the fact that I know I'm helping them and
Yeah.
impacting the world, impacting them, and impacting society and leaving a lasting legacy. So sales can be a different thing to different people.
Yeah.
And then marketing is about becoming known, because it doesn't matter how good you are or whatever it is you do in life, unless people know you for what you do, then
Yeah.
you're not going to be deemed as success. Even if you are actually impacting people and helping their lives, there's no notoriety around that. So nobody will actually know that you're successful. So if you think about all the successful people in the world
Yeah.
at anything, a lot of the time they're actually more successful at marketing than they are at the thing they're known for,
Yeah.
because that's why they're well known, because they're very good at marketing themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. That's brilliant, Mike. Yeah. So tell us, my God, how do people keep up with you, Mike? Your energy is just incredible. It's just you're so passionate about what you do. My God. So do you find the people find difficult to keep up with you, or do you just keep moving anyways? So you just
Yeah,
keep
well,
going.
some people find it hard to keep up with, but obviously, like attracts like a lot of the time. So I get I'm on Clubhouse all the time at the moment, and there's quite a lot of Americans in my room because I'm a very positive, optimist person, quite loud sometimes in comparison to, say, typical Brits.
Yeah.
I'm not shy and retiring and
Yeah.
and reserved, if you like. I'm a little bit more in your face than that, although I'm still very diplomatic and conscientious and cultured and stuff. So I'm not too in your face like can happen to other people sometimes, but I
Yeah.
tend to attract like-minded people, very positive people, optimistic people, energetic people, etc. I also attract non-energetic people who want to plug into your system, if you like, and tap into the mains and get that energy into their life and into their
Yeah.
business. But
Yeah.
I just I'm just a natural, enthusiastic person. One of my heroes growing up was a guy called Scott Quinnell. He was number 8 playing for Wales rugby. And
Yeah.
if you listen to Scott Quinnell now, he coaches. Sorry, he's a commentator and he speaks on the Lions. He's always on the side of the pitch, and he's
Yeah.
like a big kid,
Yeah.
excited and enjoying himself. And
Yeah.
because he's watching the British and Irish Lions play, the All Blacks or Australia or South Africa, and he's on the sidelines watching, and he can't believe he's there. And I'd be exactly the same. I'm a big kid. I just kind of lust for life. I'm enthusiastic about what I do. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I love people. I love helping people. So
Yeah.
for me, why can't I get energetic and excited doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
it's just
Yeah.
I'm living my
Fantastic.
best life, like.
Fantastic, Mike. And you do a lot of podcasting, Mike. What sort of people do you like to have on your show, on your podcasts?
Just any entrepreneur really, because I use my podcast as a sort of like a one-to-one, as a place where I can get to find out about someone, see how I can help them, introduce them to other people. So entrepreneurs is my main sort of category, if you like, and I meet a lot of entrepreneurs, but I also like positive people, sports people, people with good mindsets, all that sort of stuff. But generally just people. I love people. So on my podcast, I just want to get to know people, and
Yeah.
we're all wanting to get connected to other people, and I know people in all sorts of areas, so I can connect people, because of they might have mental health issues, and I can connect them with people who deal with those. Or so I just like anyone really on my podcast, but obviously the ones I really vibe with and the ones that are the best episodes are often ones where you can have that banter or bounce off each other, or you have a lot of synergies in common. But I don't like to just mix with those people. Some people like to mix with their own kind, if you like, and stay in those safe bubbles.
Yeah.
And I love mixing with my own kind as well. But I also love mixing with new people and people
Yeah.
of different kinds, because that's how you can expand and grow your own knowledge and your own connections and your own relationships, really.
Sure. Yeah. Brilliant, Mike. And in terms of industries, I mean, you've worked in a lot of different industries, but I guess the whole personal development industry is your major focus now, is it?
Yeah, well, personal development, startup companies, personal development, and people involved in tech, they're the sort of like the core areas, because I worked for a fintech startup for a while and I love technology. I'm an early adopter to all tech, so, but that also lends me to work a lot of the time with older entrepreneurs as well, because they often need a guide. to like because they're not so familiar with tech and so comfortable with it. They often reach out to me for help and assistance. So anyone who wants my help in any industry, in any way, shape or form, I'm always looking to help them. But I suppose like my profile on Clubhouse says I'm looking to work with heart-centered, ambitious entrepreneurs. They're the people I can really help because they like helping people too. I like helping them to help more people. And because they're ambitious, that's where they really need the success formula, because a lot of people don't realize that, in order to be ambitious and to grow a big organization or a big not-for-profit or a big company, you need to really work on these core pillars of success.
Yeah. Amazing, Mike. Yeah, brilliant. Mike, you've got a bit of interference there. I think we'll wrap up for now, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show today, and I'm just so inspired by your energy, Mike, and that's why I wanted to. Obviously, from a holistic point of view, you're leading that really holistic lifestyle, which I think is incredible. Yeah, and happiness is health and happiness, obviously, is a huge part of that.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone wants to check out what I'm doing, I've just Google search Mike Armstrong UK, or Google search hashtag Mike Armstrong, or go to my mikearmstrong.me website, and I'm more than happy to engage with you on any platform. I'm on all social medias as Mike Armstrong and Michael Armstrong. So reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. And just one tip I would leave anyone about the holistic lifestyle is that a lot of entrepreneurs work on a pathway to success, and then that pathway breaks down because they're not looking after themselves in the right way. So, my key thing would be, if you want to have longevity as a successful entrepreneur, you've got to have a well-balanced, holistic approach to life and business. And if you do that, then you're going to get a lot more out of the tank and out of your life than you would do if you ignore holistic practices and mindset and all of that.
Brilliant, Mike. So we're gonna make a great team, because your Holistic Academy is going to look after the health and wellness of all of your clients, Mike. So, so listen, thank you so much. It's been an absolute great to have a chat today. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, brilliant. Lovely to see you, and hopefully I'll get connected with all of the new people who get to know me in the Facebook group.
We'll put all your contact details in the comments with this video. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Cheers, John. All the best. Have a good day.
Thanks so much, Mike. Thank you.
Bye-bye.